And height, here if you check the height, the is the I mean field won't appear at all. And if you just check on the field only value, it means for example when you are doing the enhancements, especially if you check the field only value, that field will be used only for the as a field, not as a selection. So, when you do the enhancement, then you will get a choice to select the field as a field only or as a selection or hide. You can have the choice then. So generally, you do this in the Hello cockpit before you proceed with the other activities. So I will explain to you what is Hello cockpit and how does it works. Generally, Hello extraction, we use it because of the better performance and for the reduced volume of data, because it is giving us the single solution for all the logistic applications. And LO extraction is the detailed extraction, and it's got V3 update, which was not in before previous update. Previous uh, versions of BW. So now in 3.5 it is introduced V3 update. And in Delta, generally you will get the data which is changed after the BW. So only changed data you will get in a Delta queue. So LO data extraction cockpit is this. You can see that there are, for example, for the sales data, there is a application number 11 for sales data, and for shipment 08, for invoice 06, for quality management 05, like that. So here we will see how actually the data flows. So whenever the document is created, it is stored in the respective database tables via communication structure. So here you can see there is a document, which here we have created the document, and when someone posts the document in BW in ECC, it will be stored in the communication structure. And through extract structure of the, you can see the extract structure of data source. For example, if we go here, so this is called the extract structure of the data source. So there is the extract structure, and here the communication structure. You will see these are the communication structures. Generally these fields are directly in the different tables like BKPF, like that, and all those but it still is identity showing that there is a extract structure here, communication structure here. So for example, when you see MC MSEG, it means the field is from MSEG table, and the communication structure is MC MSEG, and the field is AKTNR. So that is the communication structure. Here we will see in a flow, like for example, for sales document we have MC VBAK, MC VBAP, etc. So VBRK. So all of these tables are sales tables, and communication structure for this is MC VBAK, MC VBAP. Here in extract structure you have MC11 VA HDR. This is the I mean uh, code for the naming convention for the extract structure MC11 via HDR. And for the data source, you have seen the 2LIS11 via HDR is the data source name. So we will see what actually, first of all, you can understand from the flow here that we are posting a document to the ECC, and that document is going to communication structure via database table. And here you have a extract structure. It is going to the data source through extract structures, and from data source we know what is the flow. We are updating it to the sales cube. We have cubes and we are updating it to the cubes. So here we will see the naming convention of the data source. we have a data source 2LIS11 VAHTR. In this, I mean, you generally see two LIS. Whenever you see two LIS, it means that the data source belongs to LO cockpit. It means logistics data source. So for LO data sources, you have to, it starts with the two. LIS is the naming convention. So LIS stand for Allo Information Structures, and 11 here represents the application number. Here 11 is a application number for sales order, and VA, it will again specify what where the data belongs to, the data source belongs to. It says that VA specifies the sales data source. For example, here you have and here you have header. It means that it is header data. It is to specify more about the data. It is to address the data correctly. For example, you can see here 2 is there, which is for LO cockpit, and LIS, which means a logistic information structure, and L11 is the application number, and VA is it means for the sales order. And once you represent it as a sales order, here you have header, item, schedule line, like that. So from different tables, for example, VBAK is the header table, and item is passed from VBAP, like that. Different tables contains different data. So you have that flow. Hope it is understandable. And you have header means header data, item means item data, SEL means schedule line data, and you have application numbers like we have seen for inventory. We are seeing it. Inventory starts with inventory application number is 03. Just like that, purchasing is 02, and there are other application numbers, 04 for shop floor, 05 for quality management, and 06 for invoice verification, and 11 sales order, 12 shipping, 13 billing, and 17 for plant maintenance. So these are the application numbers we generally mostly use in Hello Cockpit. So what is happening in when you load the data, how to load the data in LO mechanism means there are, I mean, there is one update like for the delta, and for init another update. So we have for the init, we have for the init or full, we have setup tables concept in LO extraction. So we use the setup tables to load the data to the data source. So from the sales order, the data is passing to the database tables, directly posted to database tables. From database tables, we have setup tables, and it again passes to the data source. And from there, we are running the init or full info package. By running the init or full, we are loading the data to the data source. And the another way, for example, after loading the data, I mean, that is one way of extraction through full update, and that is from the setup tables. In Allo, it is special. It is a special mechanism given by SAP. So we have to load it through setup tables for Allo, and if for, I mean, due to many uh, business, I mean. There are many business requirements that we load through setup tables. That is the reason why SAP has given us the setup tables and all the LO mechanism. And in generally, after you load once in a full update, in normal, I mean, delta is normal. For after that, you can keep the info package in delta, and you can extract through extraction table, update tables, and BW delta queue, and you will, I mean, you will have a delta IP, and data will be passed to data source. So those are the two types of data we have. And so there are different types of updates: V1 update, V2 update, and V3 update. Here we have job here, job control. So in job controls we have either V1 update or V2 update generally. So V1 update, it is called a synchronous update. When document is created or posted, it is going directly to the database table and to the extraction tables at the same time. So that is called synchronous update. So V1 update is a synchronous update. Whenever you post a document, it is going to the database table as well as to the extraction table at the same time. V2 update is an asynchronous update. Whenever you post a document, the data is stored in database table first, then it will be updated to the update tables or extraction tables. So this is called asynchronous update, and that is V2 update. V3 is a asynchronous update with background. It means we can schedule a background job